Today on Commander Replay, we're back with some more Kirik, Son of Yawgmoth. Can we combo off before our life total hits 0? Find out next on Commander Replay. I want to thank my awesome Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. If you want to help support the channel and vote on which decks I play next, feel free to check out my Patreon at the link below. And if you want to donate to the GoFundMe for GP Vegas, there's just a few more days left, so feel free to check out the link in the description below. Alright, welcome back to Game 2 with Kirik, Son of Yawgmoth. We won the die roll once again. Pretty good place to be right there. I was at the shop yesterday and I lost the die roll in like 4 straight games and lost all of those games and got wailed on pretty hard. It was not amazing. We have an interesting opening hand. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it. We do have this Merciless Executioner to stop our opponent's early plays, plus the Lantern of Insight. That's actually not terrible. I think that's all right. Let's keep... Uh-oh. Opponent lays down a Leyline of Sanctity. This should be interesting. So opponent's got the new Wall Commander. I've barely even seen this one. It's Jeskai for a 1/5 that has Flying and Defender and enters the battlefield, choose left or right. Each player may attack only the nearest opponent in the chosen direction, and Planeswalkers controlled by that opponent. That is really interesting. Reminds me of a card. What's that card? It's like Raging River or something like that out of something really old. I don't remember what's that. Kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Pretty interesting. See how that goes. Anyway, that brings it to our turn 1. We draw into this Mind Stone, so I think that definitely puts us onto Ancient Tomb, Mind Stone. Use Mind Stone, get the Lantern of Insight. We've got a Beside You on top of our deck. I forget why I put that in there. I copied the mana base over from another deck, so, you know, seems like it should be pretty good, right? Opponent's got a Mana Crypt playing, a Harvester of Souls, and a Westvale Abbey. At least it's a land. And there is a blue player at the table this time, so that seems like it could be helpful. Opponent's got a copy enchantment that might be helpful to remember. Mana Crypt for the Pramikon Sky Rampart opponent. Opponent's got a Dust Bowl on top of their library. Helpful to be aware of that for Cabal Coffers, in case you try to go for it. Oop, and Sangromancer is a very good one. Sangromancer is a really underrated piece of life gain in mono black decks. It's been showing up more since the Vampire set came out in 17, but before that, you really didn't see it much at all, and it was very, very good. We've got a Dark Ritual on top of our deck. I hear that's a pretty good one. So let's play the Swamp. Let's get our Commander, pay some Phyrexian mana, go down to 32, go down to 30 once we tap the Ancient Tomb. And yeah, just spend a casual 8 life getting our Commander into play. Why not? And let's see, anything we can do after that? Nope, nothing we can do after that. Pass the turn, Mana Crypt flip for our opponent. Here comes the Propaganda. Okay. Oh no, opponent's gonna go for the throat of our Commander. Have not been able to keep this thing alive and have it come back to us. That's been an issue. And that might be the thing. I think this is the overhyped Commander of this set that everyone's so excited about it and excited about what it can do that it's just gonna eat removal left and right. So yeah, getting that party started. Ooh, there's an Urborg in play, and that's actually helpful because now we can tap Ancient Tomb without losing all of our life, so I'm down for that. We're probably going to want to think about this Twilight Prophet. Take a look at what the next card in our deck is. It is a Kakusha. Pretty helpful one to have around. Gain some life back right there. Play the Beside You. That'll come in tapped. Well, I guess if we want to get Twilight Prophet this turn, we're going to have to use the Dark Ritual, so I think that's what we're doing. And we will get the Twilight Prophet. Ivory Tower. What? There's one you don't see much of anymore. Wasn't that card banned for a while, like a long, long time ago in Standard or whatever the format was at the time? Type 1 and Type 1.5, something like that? I can't remember now. Been a long, long time since then. Here comes a copy enchantment. What enchantment's in play? Well, there's a Leyline and a Propaganda. Copying that Propaganda does not seem awful. And that's what they're going to do. It's going to be really hard to attack into them. Thing we could use that we don't have a ton of right now is card draw. We have this Twilight Prophet, but I'm just basically crossing my fingers that it's actually going to survive until our turn. No guarantees of that. We really need this thing to survive for a few turns, because if it doesn't, we're going to be in some serious trouble. Lantern of Insight is really interesting. Knowing what everyone's stuff coming is really allows you to think about what opponent's going to be doing differently. Like, we see this Soul Ring, so we know that Toshiro is going to get a big jump in mana. Oh, there's a Bajuka Bog. Don't load up your graveyard. Card I've been thinking about using, I want to put it in my Akiri and Bruce deck, I just haven't yet, is Glasses of Urza. It's 1 mana, tap it to look at target opponent's hand. If Jataxian Probe is playable, I get that you can cast it for free and draw a card off of it, then Glasses probably isn't awful either. If you want to know who's got removal and who's got what, Glasses is a way to do it. Opponent's going to Read the Bones. I would go for a Read the Bones right now. So it comes back to our turn. We've got a Font of Agonies on top. Yeah, we could really use some card draw. But we also need to get the City's Blessing going. Yeah. Not great. We've also only got, well, we've got 2 black mana. Maybe we just cast Whip of Erebos, start attacking things. Seems like a plan, right? Interesting with the Urborg, we can also use Beside You without having to use the 2-life mode on that. So we'll play the Whip of Erebos. Twilight Prophet's now got lifelink. We'll swing into the Vilis opponent. Should talk about what our opponents are playing, by the way. So we've talked about the Pramikon Sky Rampart just a little bit. Next up, we have Pauper Arbust piloting Toshiro. Toshiro is basically the removal tribal deck. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you may cast target instant card from your graveyard. If that card would be put into the graveyard, exile it. So you basically get 2 chances on all of your instant speed kill spells. It's not great for us trying to have stuff survive. So there's that. And opponent's going to lay down an Assembled Legion. Fun card. Usually a bit too slow for most applications, but when you are pillow forted up with 2 propagandas and your commander is also a pillow fort, I can see this being pretty reasonable. Add a little Proliferate into the deck, and yeah, you'll be getting a lot of tokens. Here comes a Darksteel Plate for the Toshiro. Yep. Toshiro going to swing our way. Makes me sad. My friend told me how to pronounce this card correctly the other day, and I don't remember how she told me to say it. I think it's like Judun the One-Eyed or something like that. Someone let me know in the comments below if they know how to say this card. Really sweet card, though. Yep, here comes Necropotence. Opponent's going to activate that Necro. I would love a Necro. Necros are sweet. Only goes for 1. Just trying to get back to 7. Just a little value Necro right there. Brings it back to our turn. We've got a Grim Monolith on top. None of that is mana. Makes me not super happy. We've got 7 permanents currently. We can get 8 and 9. That's frustrating. So I guess we get the Font. So this one is damage, not life loss. Font of Agonies does require that you pay life. Beside You, on the other hand, does allow us to pay life. So maybe we'll start trying to get some counters on there. That seems like it could be an alright plan. So use the Beside You. We'll get a counter on the Font of Agonies. We'll use Mind Stone. We'll get this Luxodon Warhammer. And we can use the Urborg mode of Ancient Tomb to not lose additional life. And then we'll just do some attacking. Swing into the Vilis opponent. Oh, opponent's got a Vandal Blast on top of their library. We're gonna get we're gonna have to crack the Lantern of Insight. If they try to draw for any reason, we are definitely cracking the Lantern. Opponent's gonna send a soldier our way. Yep. Yeah, since we know we have to crack the Lantern, maybe we try. Does Grim Monolith gets us to our commander, but that means we continue to miss land drops, which I don't love. Yeah, there's things we can put on top of our library that are much worse than Grim Monolith, so that is something to think about. Opponent's gonna suit up there Toshiro with the Darksteel Plate. Our final opponent, by the way, is Champion of Thune piloting Vilis, Broker of Blood. It's a big 8/8 flyer and says, pay black, pay 2 life. Target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Whenever you lose life, draw that many cards. Yeah, pretty much works with every mono black card ever printed. You lose life, you draw a bunch of cards. Cards like Ambitions cost that make you lose life and draw cards, well, double up that card draw. Pretty good. And it's removal on a stick, so crazy, crazy good commander. There's the card we were talking about, Judun the One-Eyed. I'm going to have to think about this Lantern of Insight in my Akiri and Bruce deck. Like, it's pretty powerful. Like, we know we don't want opponent to have a Vandal Blast, so yeah. Opponent's going to Black Sun Zenith for X4. It's going to kill our Twilight Prophet. We really needed that to survive. Let's get rid of opponent's commander. Also gets rid of this guy. Kills a token. Yeah, if we don't find some card draw, we're going to be in some real trouble. Toshiro's ability will trigger twice. Opponent's got a Diabolic Revelation on top of their library. Oh, that's a good one. They are making their land drops also, and they've still got the Necro. So they go down to 26, get Necro for 3 cards, go to their end step. If you discard 1, it'll get exiled. It was a Mirage Mirror. We have a Cabal Ritual on top of our deck. We may want to draw that. We'd have to trade in the Mind Stone to do it. Can we do better than Cabal Ritual? Maybe. Yeah, we need card draw. I think we just really need card draw. Let's sacrifice the Lantern of Insight. Was it target player shuffles? Target player shuffles. It's not every player shuffles. Oh, opponent has... Wow, we're about to get wrecked. Opponent's got Shroud from the ley line, and we can't make them shuffle. Oh, yep, we're gonna die. We are gonna die. I guess crack the Mind Stone. We've got a Myriad Landscape on top of our deck. We are probably gonna be needing that. Opponent's gonna get 2 tokens off the Assembled Legion. And Ivory Tower. Not enough cards to gain life. Opponent's got a Varchild on top of their deck. Nice. Opponent can send the 2 tokens over to the Vilis. Yep, they go down to 24. Opponent passes without playing the Vandal Blast. That's good news, but we're still going to want to be really careful about how we proceed with our artifacts. We've got 3 artifacts in play currently, and they are just all very, very exposed. Well, there's an Ugin. Ugin's going to get our whip, which is not amazing. But it's going to slow down all this nonsense. Yep, Ugin's going to go X5. Opponent's going to Necro just a little bit more. Before that goes, and all the enchantments getting exiled. We do lose our whip. We lose the Font of Agonies. Makes me sad. Wanted to try that one out. Champion of Foon's got an Ugin on top of their library. We may force them to shuffle. Okay, they're going to beseech the Queen, so they're not going to draw Ugin. Opponent's got an Obnixilis Reignited on top of their library. Still may force them to shuffle for that. They revealed a Cabal Coffers. Yep. Here comes Solemn Simulacrum, so I guess they'll shuffle again. And when they grab a land, I would love a Solemn Simulacrum. Be so nice. It's going to bring it back to our turn. We draw the Myriad Landscape. Oh, we've got a Sidisi on top of our deck. We have any way to draw that? We do not. Play the Myriad Landscape. Still exposed to the Vandal Blasts, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 4 mana. Nothing to really get with a Merciless Executioner. Ugin's still in play. That's all a thing. Can we get our commander? We would need 6 to get our commander. Then the problem is Ugin could just bolt our commander. So without additional black spells to play, yeah, I don't like that plan. I don't like that plan at all. So I think we're just going to stay put. Here comes a Kazul, Tyrant of the Cliffs. Yep. Champion of Thune showing a Strip Mine on top of their library. And a Harvester of Souls coming down. Opponent going to equip up the Harvester of Souls. Yep. It's going to be tough to get through. Tyrant of Ruins got Return to Dust on top of their library. And opponent's going to bolt the wall opponent in the face for 3 with the Ugin. It goes up to 4 loyalty. Ooh, nice. Opponent's going to strip mine the Dust Bowl. So trying to keep their Cabal Coffers protected. Also probably their Westvale Abbey. Here comes a Darksteel Ingot. It's going to bring it back to our turn. We've got Fleet Feather Sandals on top. We don't really need those. That may be... Well, I guess we can Sidisi. Sidisi will shuffle. Question is, do we go for Sidisi or do we go for our commander? I think we just go for Sidisi. We do need that shuffle. So Sidisi comes in. We are going to sacrifice creatures, sacrifice Sidisi. Harvester of Souls will get to draw one time. We need card draw? Opponent's got a Return to Dust, which is not amazing. Maybe we get... I'm thinking Bolas Citadel, because that is card draw and part of our combo, and one of our combos. So let's get Bolas' Citadel. We've got a Swamp on top, finally a land. I think I'm going to crack the Lantern and get rid of opponent's Return to Dust. And then we pass like that. Ooh, opponent's going to Curse of the Swine, X1 on the Harvester of Souls. Harvester of Souls down. They get a 2/2 Boar token. It goes into exile. Going to swing the Kazul into opponent's face, surprisingly not the Ugin. I guess one thing to think about, opponent still has the Vandal Blast. Yeah, maybe Bolas Citadel was not the best choice right here. Null Profusion. Skip your draw step. Whenever you play a card, draw a card. Your maximum hand size is 2. Oh boy, that's spicy. I can see it being useful in a Storm deck, but it is not a card that you see very often. Here comes a Thought Vessel. Opponent's going to bolt the Solemn Simulacrum. Interesting. Ugin back up to 6 loyalty. That's a bit. It is bad news for our Kakusho. Now, if they win X6, that also hits their Null Profusion. That's a thing to think about. We may have to hold back on the Bolas Citadel for a minute because of the Vandal Blast. I'd really like to get that Vandal Blast out of the way. Nope, there's the Cabal Coffers. Opponent's going to have a lot of mana. If they just go for Vilis, we're probably on the Merciless Executioner plan. Oh my. Opponent's going to Diabolic Revelation X4. Ooh, that's scary. They've got 5 mana left currently. Oh, 6 with the Darksteel. You can do things with 6 mana. That is a fact. Opponent goes up to 10 cards in hand. Oh, that's a Gauntlet of Power. Now, we only have 1 Swamp in play, but that's still going to help us. That means opponent probably will Vandal Blast, though. There's another Swamp. Excellent. I forgot we had that there. So now we've got 2 Swamps. That gives us a bunch of extra mana. Ooh, this is tricky. Do we subject our Kakusho to the Ugin? You know what, though? Maybe they don't Ugin yet. I don't know if they Ugin for just Kakusho. Maybe we try to get Kirik and then try to get Kirik out of bolt range. That seems like a plan. If at all possible and we have mana left over, I would love to crack this Myriad Landscape. Let's try casting our commander. We're going to have to pay 6. Pay the Phyrexian mana. Alright, it's not pretty, and we're going to, like, pretty much empty out our hand doing this, but I think it's worth it. Like, I think we have to do something. So, and we won't be able to crack the Myriad Landscape either. So, Kirik into play. Get 2 black mana. We're going to cast Cabal Ritual. Pay some Phyrexian mana. Kirik will get a counter. That gives us 4 mana. We'll cast a Kakusho. Cast Kakusho. Have to use 2 more Phyrexian mana. And that brings Kakusho into play. That gets Kirik out of burn range of the Ugin. Yeah, I just don't know that there's enough on board that Ugin's going to exile everything again. Especially, again, they've got their thing in the Crossfire, so... And we are all the way down to 13 after that exchange. Yeah, burning your life total, it's pretty dangerous. It's pretty dangerous. Mana Crypt flip for our opponent. See, they've got the right idea. They're chilling there with an Ivory Tower and just trying to draw cards and keep their life total high, while we're trying to do the opposite and just completely burn our life total to play every card in our deck. And so far, I'd say things are going better for them. I wonder if we see the Vandal Blast here, because Gauntlet of Power is a really big problem. Opponent's going to send the Kazul over to the Vilis opponent. Yep. And they go down to 16. Opponent just passes, leaving up all their mana. That's only 6, so it's not a Cyclonic Rift unless they've got, like, Simian Spirit Guide or something wacky. Opponent's going to play a card and draw a card. Yep. Oh, they've got double mana. They have double mana also. Here comes Toshiro. You can draw another card. We have been behind on the card draw this game. It's in the deck. I'm just not finding it. Going to put Darksteel Plate on Toshiro. Opponent's going to bolt the wall opponent for 3 to the face. Okay. Okay. Ugin's getting pretty big and scary again. But my plan is just going to be to attack and try to gain some life. Although I suppose Ugin plussing all the way is not amazing either. Opponent's going to send their Boar over to the Vilis. Have a feeling things are probably going to get wild over here. Opponent down to 14. I probably would have shot the Vilis opponent right there. The 3 damage is much more impactful to them. Amazingly, Gauntlet of Power survives. The question is, will we survive whatever they've got coming? Here comes a Cryptghast. That is something that could make us not survive. Opponent's got a casual 19 mana. Oh, is this going to be a Torment? This is probably going to be a Torment. Oh, here comes Exquisite Blood. Okay. Extort. Opponent's going to Liliana's Triumph. Each opponent sacrifices a creature. If you control a Liliana Planeswalker, each opponent also discards a card. Well, I'm definitely sacrificing the Kakusho, because we need some life. Also, that'll hurt opponent's life total. Liliana's Triumph. Pretty good looking card right there. The art's also pretty cool, too. I meant the gameplay impact. Yep, definitely sacrificing Kakusho. So we get a Kakusho trigger, and there's going to be a bunch of Toshiro triggers. Wonder what kind of stuff Toshiro's got in the graveyard. They've got to go for the throat. So Cryptghast down. That gets rid of the Extort, so we may not just die, but opponent does have this combo piece on the stack. I don't think we really have any interaction left, so I'm going to have 6 right here. Opponent's going to go for the throat on our commander. That seems not amazing. Commander back to the command zone. We go back up to 27. Vilis goes down to 12. Here comes the other half of the combo. Yep, it has resolved. And opponent has exactly enough to play their commander and activate. Opponent's going to Fraying Omnipotence. Each player loses half their life, then discards half the cards in their hand. Cool. Opponent still have that Return to Dust? No, we shuffled the Return to Dust on them. Oh, nice. They're going to Cyclonic Rift on the Exquisite Blood. Whoo, we not dead. We not dead. Opponent's going to play a Crypt Incursion. Exile all creature cards from target player's graveyard. You gain 3 life for each card exiled this way. Yeah, why they would do that with that still on the stack? Oh, no, that one doesn't impact them at all. Okay. So opponent's creature's getting exiled. Cryptghast gone. Solemn gone. Everyone loses half their life. Cool. And discards half the cards in their hand. Awesome. Awesome. Merciless, not been the most helpful. Oh, we have to discard 2? Guess that's also the Grim Monolith. Opponent discards a Blazing Archon. Yep. Oh, they discarded the Vandal Blast. Well, we're going to try the Bolas Citadel then. We're at 13, though. Don't know how far we're going to get on that. It's got to be, like, exactly Ether... Like, maybe 1 or 2 cards and then Aetherflux Reservoir. Or we are in trouble. Opponent's down to 6. Whenever they gain life, we will lose that much life, so that's not amazing. There's a Soul Ring. That may actually be helpful. Let's get the Soul Ring in. Still love to crack the Myriad Landscape, and we may need to do that if we need to shuffle, but the mana looks tight for that. The mana looks very tight. I guess we'll not use the damage on Ancient Tomb. Nope, we'll do this the other way then. Alright, so we'll use this one. Play the Bolas Citadel. Got a Toxic Deluge. Wow, we really don't need a Toxic Deluge. I mean, like, we should probably leave the Toshiro alive, but to kill the other player, but they've been blowing up all of our stuff, and it's been a real headache for us. So here we go. Toxic Deluge, X3. This is going to be 6 life. That's like most of our life. Play the swamp. Oh, another swamp. We hit another swamp. Crack the Myriad Landscape. Get 2 swamps. It's a Worn Power Stone. It's not particularly helpful, but I guess we're playing it. Pontiff of Blight. We cannot cast that one. So I guess we'll stop right there. We're at 4, 1 short of Ugin range. Ugin will probably exile everything, although that'll hit just our Bolas Citadel, and given how low our life total is, it's like, I mean, I want it, but although on the other hand, they're so close to ultimating that maybe they just try to go for the ultimate. Opponent gonna cast Varchild and Pramikon. Opponent has chosen left, so I do not believe we can actually attack the Vilis opponent, even if we had a creature. I mean, the no profusion with the lands is actually pretty good. Play a land, get a card, not terrible. Yep, okay, opponent's going to go X6 on the Ugin. That'll get rid of the Sanguine Bond. That seems like probably a good idea. Ugin back down to 2. We lose our Bolas Citadel. Does make me sad, but we have the Pontiff of Blight coming, and everyone's life total is pretty low, actually, so if we can just find spells to cast, which we don't have, our hand is empty, but if we did, then we could just extort and gain some life back. And hopefully everyone's low enough on cards now that most of the removal should be gone, although Toshiro just came back to play, so. What do they have? They have Liliana's Triumph still, that's a problem. To the Slaughter, yeah, there's still removal in their graveyard. Tormod's Crypt would go a long way. There's an Erebos. Erebos will shut off the life gain. That was the thing I was really kind of counting on. Opponent's going to equip up the Toshiro. Yep. Opponent's going to draw a card, lose some life. If opponent's got 5 tokens, they can flip Westvale Abbey and get down to the swinging. There's a Bojuka Bog. Come on, Toshiro. Yeah, Bojuka Bog on the Toshiro. Nice. So that means that they'll have to dig for removal, and that will eat a lot of their life. So all their stuff gone. Here comes Vilis. Tricky spot for them. They can't activate that too many times. Oh, but they're going to try. Gonna shoot the Toshiro. Wow. Drawing some cards. Toshiro -1. Let's see if they go all the way. I don't know if they'll go all the way or not. Oh, that's a Grave Pact. Oh, and that's a Grave Merchant of Asphodel. We are probably dead. Yep, down we go. -4. Wall opponent at -1. Opponent staying just out of Ugin range. Wow, that's impressive. They've got a Mana Crypt flipped on them. They might lose to the Mana Crypt. They won the flip, hanging in there. Oh my. Oh, this game. Yeah, our biggest problem was that we didn't hit any card draw, and maybe the Bolas Citadel wasn't the correct choice, but I don't know. Things were going terribly. We just missed all of our land drops. Our commander got blown up. Just things did not shape up for us. Maybe the hand wasn't keepable. It may have actually been the cause of what was going on. Like, a little bit of card draw somewhere goes a long, long way to what happened in this game. Here comes Pramikon. Back to play. Opponent's going to have to keep dodging that Mana Crypt. Opponent's going to draw a card with a Canopy Land. Bono's Hunger. Each opponent sacrifices a creature if they have the city's blessing, and instead they sacrifice half the creatures around it up. Well, there's a Grave Pact in play, so that's definitely going to kill things. If they have enough devotion, they can activate Erebos and then swing in to Erebos after everything finishes dying right here. Opponents are going to shoot Vilis in the face for 3. Looks like they're going to survive at 1. Erebos is so good. The can't gain life thing, yeah. So good against black decks and white decks. Probably the 2 colors that are going to be gaining the most life. I seem to get hosed by Erebos a lot. Maybe it's a card that I should run more. And Toshiro back to play. Phyrexian Arena, do they? Ooh, yep, there it is. Erebos is a creature. Opponent's going to draw with Erebos? Sure. To keep burning all that life? Why not? Opponent going to send in the Erebos. And Vilis goes down. Let's see if Pramikon's got another Mana Crypt win in their bones. They do. They make it back to their main phase. How are they going to get through this? They need to get the creatures off board, and they need to get rid of Ugin. That's a lot to ask, especially on their current mana situation. They've already burned Cyclonic Rift, which is probably one of the better options for doing that. Devastation Tide would be all right. Or they could just find 7 damage and shoot opponent in the face. That's a thing that can happen too. Planar Cleansing would probably get them there, but not many people run that. Opponent's got a Supreme Verdict. Okay, gets rid of Toshiro. Ugin's still a problem. Yeah, it doesn't look like they have anything for Ugin. Gonna draw with the Phyrexian Arena. Opponent's saying GG. And Ugin shoots him in the face. That is the game. Toshiro taking it down. Anyway, congrats to the Toshiro opponent. But yeah, let's take a look at our deck. So I had a couple things going on in the deck. So really interesting commander. Your life does matter, and the other thing I'm finding out too is that, like, I don't think you just want to run Keurig down there on turn 4. You want to be able to cast it and then do some things right away. Things that are going to stick around for a while are probably a better idea. So, like, sure, there's nothing wrong with good creatures, but creatures can be removed easily. Something like Necropotence that you can get down there and is much harder to get rid of and has immediate impact is probably something that you really want to be getting down there with Keurig. So the life gain combo with these enchantments probably pretty good too, since enchantments tend to stick around for a while. So, yeah, really interesting. I think it's going to be one of those ones you don't want to just blindly run it out there turn 4, especially if you know your opponents have removal. So that is a thing that I am seeing thus far. As far as this deck, it's got some combos mixed with a little bit of mono black good stuff. We've got Torment and Exsanguinate in the deck. I don't actually know how effective those are in this particular deck, but we've still got a ton of doubling anyway. So, you know, if you get a doubler down and it's late enough in the game, you can do a lot with those cards, obviously. But so the main combos, we've got the life combo with Exquisite Blood and Sanguine Bond. We've got, I talked about it, the Cormus Bell, Urborg, and Massacre Worm combo, which is one that I would like to resolve at some point. And then we have the one that we saw with Helm of Obedience and Leyline of the Void. Is the other combo win in this deck. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, feel free to comment, like, or subscribe. Thank you for watching.